Good day, madam. My name is Mugila Fatiwen and my metric number is 8328045. We are from Group 7 and today we would like to present about the case study, which is question 7. Okay, the first question of the case study is, what is the inflation rate? The inflation rate mentioned in the article is 3.2% for December 2021. Alright, and then the second question is, how to calculate the inflation rate with an example. Okay, first, inflation rate. Consumer price index current year minus with consumer price index previous year, divide by consumer price index previous year times with 100%. For example, if the CPI in 2021 is 110 and in 2020 it was 100, the inflation rate would be 110 minus 100 divided by 100 and times with 100%, and we will get 10%. That means the price increases by 10% from 2020 to 2021, indicating an inflation rate of 10%.
Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Wan Kamila binti Wahmati and my metric number is 8228050. So now I want to present about what inflation is considered to be a problem for an economy. So the first one is increase in transport costs. Recognize 9.5% price rise for transportation component. This include increased pricing for transportation, service and fuel, both of which push up overall expenses for consumers. Fuel prices have gone up dramatically. For instance, transportation business pay more to operate their cars if the price of gasoline rises by 20%. The higher prices that consumers pay for things that must be carried, such groceries and household goods, are a result of these additional expenses. So, the second one is housing, utilities, and energy costs. The price of housing, water, electricity, gas, and other fuels increased by 3.4%. These services are crucial and the consumer price index is directly impacted by their growing costs. For example, companies and households will pay greater utility bills if the price of power rises by 10%. As a result, bakeries may need to pay more for electricity to run ovens and other machinery used in the manufacturing process. The bakery increased the price of its bread and pastries in order to keep earning high. The third one is food and non-alcohol beverage. The cost of non-alcohol beverage and food went up by 3.2%. The consumer price index includes food prices as a significant component, and rise in this cost have a significant impact on overall inflation. For instance, for food suppliers of wheat and vegetable will decline if there is a drought that lowers agricultural yields. The cost of these commodities increase because of the shortage. Because of the increase in wheat cost, a loaf of bread that used to cost 2 ringgit can now cost 3 ringgit. The last one is global energy crisis. Cost push inflation, which is the result of rising energy costs, especially fuel, has raised manufacturing costs globally and contributed to domestic inflation. In this case, the cost of crude oil surged as a result of the spike in global oil prices brought on by geopolitical tensions. Higher pricing for a variety of goods and services are direct cost to oil importing nations. For example, increased Increasing oil price drive up the cost of the producing and shipping plastic, which are utilized in a lot of consumer goods and ultimately rise the price of those goods. So now we move to type of inflation happen in China and the United States. Cost push inflation in China caused a sharp rise in manufacturing costs, mainly due to rising energy and raw material prices. For example, the increase in fuel prices is a consequence of the global energy crisis, further increasing manufacturing and transportation costs. Additionally, laws and environmental initiatives to reduce carbon emission have increased production costs. The next one is demand pull inflation due to China's rapid economic growth and urbanization. Rapid development and urbanization have increased consumer demand, leading to inflation. Demand for goods and services including housing, food and consumer goods increase as more people move to metropolitan areas and their income rise. There may be more demand than supply, which will drive up prices.
I'm Rafida binti Abdullah, A22A0303, and I would like to continue type of inflation happen in United States. Cost push inflation is identified as the main type of inflation affecting the U.S. economy. Proven causes include increased fuel price and disruption to the global supply chain. Post-economic energy crisis has led to a significant rise in fuel price because oil is an essential component. Next, we continue. Economic policy could be used and how the implementation of the policy will change a price level. Firstly, fiscal policy. Tax incentive and exemptions. Implementing tax incentive like lower corporation tax rates or one-time tax exemptions. This incentive aim to reduce operation expenses for businesses. Next, subsidy based on productivity. Provide subsidy to producers, especially in essential industries like food and energy. Encourage higher production output and efficiency. Secondly, monetary policy, which is flexible financing schemes. Provide subsidies to producers, especially in essential industries like food and energy. Encourage higher production output and efficiency. Next, targeted monetary support for key industry. Provide financial assistance to sectors most affected by supply chain interruption, prioritizing production of essential items and key players in the global value chain.
Hi madam, I'm Shankitana Balachandra and my matric number A22B0104 and I'm here to answer the fourth question of the case study, which is explain who benefits from the information. As per the case study, there are four people who will be benefits from the information. First is producer and supplier. Information may be advantageous for manufacturer and supplier of goods and services, particularly if they can raise their prices at a pace beyond information rate. And secondly, debtor, borrower with a fixed rate loans or obligation might get advantages from information. The reason for this is the information gradually diminish the purchasing power of the money. And the third person will be asset owners. Individual who own assets such as real estate, equities and precious metal might get advantages from the information. And the fourth is wage earners. Okay, wage workers might gain from the information if their nominal earning grow at a pace that surpasses the information rate. Nevertheless, if the wage hikes fail to keep up the information, the buying power of their earning may diminish, resulting in a decline in their quality of the life. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Siti Nursyidin binti Ibrahim and my matric number is A22A0214. Today I would like to present about why inflation is considered to be a problem for an economy. For the first is erodes purchasing power. This is because as prices rise, the value of money diminishes. It means that consumer can buy less with the same amount of money. Secondly is interest rates. The government and central banks have a powerful incentive to keep inflation in check. Over the past century, a common approach has been to manage inflation using monetary policy. Central banks often respond to high inflation by increasing interest rates, besides that higher interest rates can slow economic growth and increase the cost of financing for business and consumers. Next, income redistribution. Inflation does not affect everyone equally. Fixed income individuals such as retirees can see their purchasing power erodes more significantly compared to those whose income are indexed to inflation. Wage price spirals is also considered to be a problem for an economy. This is because high inflation can lead to demand for higher wages as workers to maintain their purchasing power. This can lead to higher production costs for business. Lastly, economic distortions. It is because persistent inflation can distort relative prices. It is also make it harder to distinguish between changes in price due to supply and demand factors. So that's all from me.